All right, I already sent the invite to Saidyokub. He'll be on in about 5 to 10 minutes, so we'll get going then.
He just retweeted it too. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, real respectful guy, real nice guy, man. I think he's a good dude. There he is. I don't know if he's ready yet though.
That's all right. We just popped it up. Give everybody a couple minutes to hop in
Yeah,
anyway.
he just finished, so he should be here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll give him a minute. He's in here now, but give him a
Yeah,
second,
I
bro.
sent
Like,
him the invite. Yeah, but we'll wait till we get some more people in here.
Damn, he doesn't mess around, man. He goes from one to the next.
What's up,
oh, bro,
guys?
he's on this.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up,
What's
brother?
happening?
Hey, hey.
How are you?
I'm alright, guys. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We got a few guys jumping in, and we'll start it formal. Busy man right now, huh?
You know, people love drama, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. There ain't no way around
No
it.
way around it, man. Drama sells these days.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's not even about the drama to me. It's just like, bro, how can you let go of such good talent? You know, I mean,
Shit.
it's fucking crazy, bro.
All right. Well, Trace, you want to do an official introduction so that it's on the recording and we can set a start point from there, and then we'll kick a couple questions out.
Yeah, so we're on today with Saidyokub Kakhramonov. We'll be talking about his recent release from the UFC and his future plans if he has anything that he's figured out or if anybody's reached out yet. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Um,
Saeed Jakub, is Saeed for short all right, or do you prefer not?
No, Saeed is fine. That's fine, man.
Cool,
I don't want to give you a
cool,
hard
cool.
time.
No, no, and it's no hard time for me.
Saeed is perfect.
Man, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask. What happened, if you don't mind saying, man? What happened? Like, how the fuck are you not in the UFC anymore? I don't even understand. I seen your tweet. I seen that you said hometown or small town Dana White in the future or something. But bro, how did it go to that so quickly?
yeah, it seemed like it went from being like super exciting, like you were excited about the trip, to then here we are. Like, what happened?
Shit. Well, I wish I knew what happened. It's just like, first, after the fight, after my last fight, you know what I mean? For the fans, some people, you know, thought it was a good fight, but I thought it was like such a shitty fight from my side. I should just smoked him in the second round, which I could. You know, he was already done, but I don't know. I was just muted. I was on a. I don't know, man. It wasn't. It was just my off day. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes it happens to the best of us. Once that fight over, you know, even everybody came up to me, like everybody like, oh man, your stock just went up. Even my manager was just everybody like hyped, happy. You know what I mean? And then so we gave ourselves a couple weeks, and then let's move on. You know, I was like, okay, I'm working on this show. You know what I mean? I have this. I'm doing this local MMA show in Spokane area for the amateurs. You know, I want to, build the fighters and then help them and then go to the next level. And I was just, I'm gonna just stay busy with this. I'm not really worried about fighting again, like soon, because before I used to always like, give me fight, give me fight. I was always hungry, you know. And then, we emailed, and then the email was, hey, when just when we're gonna get the fight again. And then the email we got was like, bantamweight division is kind of stacked, and then we kind of booked that for next couple months. But so what we're thinking is it's gonna be like around May, which was perfect for me. And then they were like, if you guys don't want to wait and then think going somewhere else, let me know. You know what I mean? It was like, let me know. It wasn't like you can go ahead and go somewhere else. You know, it was just let me know. We're like, okay, no problem. You know, we just wait. And then, and then, well, before that, I was with Iridium, management company Iridium, and then it was just. I mean, you got. It's not a secret that Iridium, like they're like a I don't know. They pick up these fighters right next to Home Depot and then just keep putting them in UFC. You know what I mean? Just they have so many people in the UFC, like over 100 people. You know what I mean? And there were so many times that I had opportunities to fight the short notice, and I never said no. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But and then I find out this guy's bringing like newcomers, like you know what I mean. I'm like, what the hell, like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you guys bringing newcomers when I'm ready to go here? It was always like back and forth. Just sometimes it was just like a little toxic from not from my side. You gotta understand, man. I'm a fighter, man. I don't like how can I put it this way? You know, I'm not from America. You get it? So I came here 2010. Like I don't have like the family here that like helps me out with my bills, like pay my rent. You know, I need to fight, stay often. I don't got like no sponsorship because UFC doesn't do sponsorship. You know what I mean? And then if you do get sponsorship, it's some rich guy giving you some, money like donation, like which is I don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm like I'd rather give you guys back something, help your company, like or advertise, whatever, And then I told these guys, I'm like, hey, I don't want to burn any bridges, just like a good notice. I just want to move on and do my own side. And I was working with different manager. He comes from boxing world. I mean, at the moment, this man he's doing his thing, man. You know what I mean? He's I will sign. We're gonna get the contract signed soon, and then I will announce it who it is. But it's gonna be good things gonna happen regardless. And I just kind of was talking to him, and then eventually, how the Iridium has this, I don't know, whatever, with the relation with the gym, and then my coaches kind of were like not happy with me, made that decision, you know, and I was like, I don't care. At the end of the day, it's my career. I want to do it. And then we were like, okay. It was just so much drama. It took me like 3 or 4 months to like get off these guys. It was just so hard. And then obviously at the end of the day, I just made my choice, and then we moved on. And then the fight happened, and I got this hard fight. I lost, whatever. I lost. I don't care. And then after I lost, and then we're just talking to my coaches, and I'm like, hey, not even that. It was like I was in Brazil for that fight with Jamal Hill and Glover. I was in Brazil and I saw this, this old manager of mine. I don't want to mention no names. I mean, people already know. And we just talked. It was just cool, just like, hey, what's up, whatever. That was the first time we actually talked after we separated. After I got separated from him, when I saw him in Vegas, this guy just didn't even look at me. He ignored me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, is that how it goes in this business? Just because you're not with him no more, they didn't talk to you? Like, just a few months ago, we're brothers, almost like, you know what I mean? Like, it was such a close relationship. Now just business not involved. We're just enemies now. Like you know what I mean? It was just weird to me. I'm like, okay, you ignore me. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I'm the one who's fighting. It's my fight week. And then it was that. And then when the Brazil thing happened, we chopped it up. We talked a few times. Oh, what's up? Everything was fine, cool. I'm like, we just like said greet each other, whatever, fine. And I came back to States. And then my coach was kind of like, oh, he kind of like asking about you, like, how's you doing, blah blah. And I'm like, man, maybe I made this. Maybe I didn't make the right choice. Like, I want to make the things right with my coaches because I know they were upset because I don't want to be the only guy, be selfish about myself because we have other guys in the gym, the up and coming. I want to give them opportunity to work with this guy because I obviously, he can get you to, obviously UFC is the dream for every fighter, and then he has like loopholes to get you to the UFC, because he's always there. I'm like, I don't. Let me just go back and then let's just make things right again. You know what I mean? It wasn't like because I wanted to. It was just more of like making things right from my side. I don't want to be selfish. You know what I mean? And then we went back. We talked. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's okay. And then we trying to get this fights. Talk about the fights again. And then he comes back to me saying that matchmakers already. I'm not gonna mention names. I'm gonna like just go like that. Matchmakers told your old manager that you were getting released. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? There was nothing I'm talking about release. I saw the email. He said it. If you guys don't wanna wait until May, I know it's too much of a wait time. It's December to May, like what I mean, it's 5 6 months. And then he's like, let me know if you guys wanna go somewhere else. It wasn't nothing like against me. It wasn't nothing like dickhead move. It wasn't nothing like, oh fuck this guy, I don't want him. Fucking release. You guys don't want it, go release. Like, get the fuck out of here. And it wasn't something like that. It was just like polite. Everything was perfect. You know what I mean? And then this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, he told your manager you were getting released." I'm like, "Listen, if he told my manager I was getting released, why the fuck will I go back to you? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Why the fuck will I go back to you? I would not go back to you. Like, like if I'm released, I'm released. I'm not gonna go back to you. Just you can just get me back from the UFC. I don't want to do that shit. I would never do that."
So they were saying you were released, and then they were saying they didn't say that.
Yeah, my manager was saying that he told your other manager. He was telling my old manager was telling me your new man, basically matchmaker told your new manager you were getting released. I'm like, no, that's not what he said. He said this, and he's like, oh, I don't know. Like basically they're releasing you, and I got fucking obviously, man. You know what I mean? Like you give your whole life to this, like bro, like I've been like maybe training MMA maybe 5 6 years, but I've been in a sport just to get to this point, like wrestling my whole life, never skipping training. I've been in the gym since 8 years old, and then I've been in the gym like every day pretty much. Maybe I did, maybe you don't go to maybe day or two a week, but I've been in the gym since I'm 8 years old, man. That's all I do. It's raining, the rock is whatever the weather is doesn't matter. I had to walk. I've been in the gym. Even when I lived in Brooklyn, I had to walk like 3 4 miles just to get to gym. Sometimes I had to roller skate to the gym, bike to the gym, bus to the gym. I never skipped. You know what I mean? I lived in New York City, man. I used to from Brooklyn to Manhattan. I used to train on a D train just to go train after school. Because man, I did so much of this shit. I get my whole life. Of course, you're gonna be sad as fuck. And then I just went out there and I put on Twitter. I was like, before you guys see my name on a roster watch, I just want to let you guys know I'm fucking being released. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit went like viral on like, you know what I mean? On Twitter, shit was like crazy. And I had like
Yeah.
almost 1 million like views. And then I
For people
tweeted
that don't
that I
know,
was in Vegas actually. You know what I mean? I was in Vegas doing my test at the PI. I would go to Vegas just to find out about this shit. And then,
So
so for people that don't know, Saidyokub Kakhramonov was one of the bright prospects that come in the 135 division, the bantamweight division. On his debut, gave a huge upset to a huge favorite. Showed everybody what true wrestling looked like. I mean, dude's about the hottest prospect you're going to get in the bantamweight. So for this to happen, it's just like crazy. Like you're legit, man. I don't
so
understand it.
Saeed, I gotta ask, when this all happened, what was
I'm
the status of your contract? How many fights did you have left?
I had one more left. I was like, I want to finish this shit up strong, get this knockout. You know what I mean? I was ready to go. I was about to ready, like, I'm going to change up my style. I'm going to dye my hair in tiger color. Like, I was going to do all this shit. I was just hyped up to, make a comeback. And then I go to Vegas and I just find out about this shit and I tweet basically and that shit goes viral and in the morning this motherfucker calls me like, what the fuck you doing? Take that shit down. Like just tripping over. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? What are we doing? We living under Stalin? Like I can't fucking say what the fuck I want. Like you know what I mean? Like there's Sean Strickland out there talking about fucking I don't know, man. Like all kind of crazy shit, and then you're fine with it. And then when I do it, like it's a problem. Like you know what I mean? It's just like I was just like, okay, whatever. I take it down, and then I was just like, whatever. I'm gonna take this shit down. Whatever. It was too late already. It was all over the fucking news. And the next thing I know, it was just like, and then. And then I supposed to meet this guy. We're supposed to meet in Vegas, and then he just ditches me. He doesn't meet me. I'm like, all right, he doesn't meet me, so fuck this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I just send him a message that what I was gonna tell him when I meet him, and then after he read the message, it was like we gotta go on our way. I'm like, yeah, let's do it, go on our way. And then just like that, like there was no reason like how I got fucking released. I have no idea why they released me, but on the release paper it just says that just solely like you lost your fight, and then that's it. I'm like shit. I guess it is what it is. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
Did
just
they release you through your email?
that's how it goes, man. It doesn't
They
not
didn't
really.
call you?
No, that's not how it happens, man. The UFC that's not gonna call you. They're not gonna fucking explain you. They're gonna just send you email release paper and that's it. First, they're gonna obviously tell your manager, and then your manager's gonna tell you, and then eventually after a few weeks, by the time they get to you, boom, you get the paper, and then that's it. And it just fucked up. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know.
So
Maybe I pissed off some fucking crazy the people up there. You know what I mean? Because come on, man, I grew up in Brooklyn, man. You know what I mean? I learned the culture from you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like
Oh
I'm
man,
like,
it's
bro,
the fight
I'm doing the
business.
same thing the rest of the fighters are doing. Like, you know what I mean? What am I doing? Am I going there talking about gay people, or you know what I mean, I'm going down like bushing anybody? Like, I don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? You love whoever you want. Like, that's who I am. You know what I mean? I don't talk about anything else but the fight. You know what I mean? All I do is talk about the fight. Like, I talk shit about the fights because it's a fact. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at the roster of the UFC. Like, bro, like I look at these bums. I'm like, you're a bum. Shut up, bums. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, Saeed, I mean,
not because I'm
I
trying to
think
shit
truly,
on these
brother, if
guys.
you
It's just like, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? For me to, yeah, I go out there, like, I want to show the truth myself, but how can you show that shit when you're fighting, like, 4 fights in 4 years? Like, look at my last 4 fights. Look at
So
that.
let
You know
me
what I mean?
ask. Can I ask? So we actually, not because you were coming in for an interview or because we had spoke to you yet. Like, our group that we have, man, we talk about a lot. We're real fans, so we had already kind of chatted a little bit about what we had thought happened. We seen that you posted "Give me a fight," and then if I remember the way we seen it in order, like maybe a day later or less than a day later, you put that you were in Vegas. So we assumed that negotiations weren't going well or something looked bad, like something wasn't going right. So you went out to Vegas to try to talk to them, patch it up. Like you tried to go figure out what was going on, and then you never got to speak to them. You got cut. Is that how it went, or is that not how it went?
That's no. I went to Vegas not to negotiate. I didn't. I never asked the UFC for more money or.
I don't mean to negotiate. I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I meant like to just talk about the situation. Like, did
No,
you
it
go
was
there to
no. There
talk
was
about
nothing
that?
to. No, it wasn't nothing to talk about the situation. It was just me going there to get tests done at the PI. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
I was
you
just
weren't
going to get
going to
tested.
try to ask them to get you a fight. Like, you weren't
No.
going to do any of that. You were just going to the PI for things that you do at the PI. Nothing to do.
Yeah.
With, okay, I understand. So I
well,
did
Joe,
wonder that.
we saw. I mean, I saw him tweet out on his Twitter the other day about if the UFC would just let him put himself out there more, put his personality out there more. I mean, the dude's got the skills. He's got the personality. I mean, we've seen him. This is our second time hosting him in our chat. We're glad to have you again, brother. And I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen the personality, so we know. I mean, it's just I think they're making a big mistake here.
It's like even with that, like every time the fight week, you have like media time, right? Media day, like you talk to guys, man. I never get to do none of that shit. I had like maybe like one every time. I was like first fight, I'm like, okay, it's your debut, you're nobody, you get it. And I win my fight, I'm like, I hope my second fight I get some media time. Nothing. I'm like, oh shit, okay, whatever. And after win that shit, and then my third fight I'm going against number 15 guy. I'm like, I hope I get some media time this time. But same shit, no media at all, man. Like I was just doing like 5 minutes interview with some Russian guys. You know what I mean? That's all I was doing. And then I don't know, man. It was just. And then when you fight 6 7 months, every 6 7 months, you have this ring rush. You gotta feel the ring better. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to get this win and just stick to what you know best. But if you fighting every 3 4 months, especially after you getting a wins, it'd be of course better. I know what the fans want, man. I know they want stand up bang. That's what I want to do. That's what I like to do. But when you get in the cage, man, it's a different vibe. You know what I mean? It's just like the distance, everything. You gotta like make sure you're not like leaving your feet behind, or you know what I mean. Everything has to be perfect, but you need cage time for that. I mean, I have only 10 fights. I'm still like trying to get involved, and then I see a lot of people like on the like comments talking about, oh, it's because he was talking about bets, or he was talking about maybe he's steroids, maybe man, what bets y'all talking about? Like, there's nothing about bets, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, if if it was bet, like Jeff Molina is still in the UFC, like, you know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to do with the bets. It's just I probably just pissed off some wrong people. I don't know, maybe I fucked someone's wife that they didn't like, without you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and then just cry. I mean, of course, it was. I was just sad a day yesterday only because you only get sad one day, and the next day you already like you don't give a fuck no more. You know what I mean? But it is what it
Absolutely.
is, man. I moved on. It's fucking don't understand what the fuck is going on. They did not talk to me. They did not fucking tell me, yo, Saeed, you're a fucking piece of shit. You say this kind of shit. You fucking fight like a fucking asshole. You're fucking trash. Say that to my face, like what the fuck, you know? So I know, so I can fix my mistakes. You're not telling me nothing, just telling. Okay, you just release. Like,
Yeah, they gave you no
what the fuck I
feedback to
gotta
go
fix?
off
You know what I
of.
mean? I don't know what I'm not
You
gonna
got no
fix something's
feedback.
broken, you know? So
Hey,
I don't know.
Saeed, my
Wes,
man Wes
Wes,
has a question for you
yeah,
if you don't
Wes, what
mind.
you got?
So, were there any like, let's say, perceptions of you coming in though, right? Like that you are aware of, and then like, for instance, I know you fought Ronnie Lawrence and you dominated Ronnie, right? That was a good performance, and I know Ronnie was like, that was like a golden boy a little bit though. Like Dana really liked like Ronnie a lot, like right. Do you think that that may have had something to do with it? Like maybe he didn't want you to beat Ronnie, right?
Yeah,
Like
like that
could
could have
that
been
be
the poster
possible?
boy for the Contender Series.
I mean, maybe because you know how they were talking about his wrestling, and I just we're not there. I told them, you guys don't know shit about sport. Maybe they got mad at that. You know what I mean? That's what wrestling is about. He's not a wrestler. You know what I mean? Maybe that, maybe that. But at the end of the day, man, this is fighting world. You know what I mean? We talk shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't understand none of this shit. I just know one thing, man. If I see whack ass fighter, I'm gonna call him out. I'm gonna tell him you trash. Doesn't matter he's in the fight or he's in the gym. I'm just the same guy. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is, man. That's what we do as a fighter. You're supposed to talk shit, like you know what I mean. But I don't know. Maybe like I said, I don't know, I guess I wrong pissed off the wrong people, or it is what it is, man. It just don't. I don't know. I have no idea why. I never take steroids. I never did none of this shit. I'm always on the USADA. I've been tested 15 times by the USADA, and I pass every time. I don't even take pre workouts. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's just confusing moments.
Did you get a
But I've been.
T-shirt yet?
Now you get a T-shirt 25.
Ah, what the fuck? You don't get one for 10?
Nah.
That's some bullshit. So listen, I gotta ask the question, right? Like I know, so I am a UFC fan. Yep, whatever. But we're MMA fans around here, so I want to know. I mean, you ain't gotta tell us where you're going. I just want to know what's the likelihood we're gonna see you fight in Bellator. I think that's a dope 135-pound division. I think it's I think it's top notch. I looked at it earlier and just absolutely melted at the idea of you going there. Is that
I
something you
love to, man.
consider?
I love to. Yeah, why not? You know, we already doing some talks to a manager. I mean, my new guy. He obviously comes from boxing world, so he's really close with Showtime and Bellator owned by Showtime. So I know I'm just looking for a good deal. I'm trying. This is time for me to like really make money, and then I can take over Bellator easily. I mean, who's the champ? I mean, Sergio Pettis. He ranks like after me on topology. You know what I mean? I rank higher than him on topology. On the world rankings, I'm ranked higher than all these guys at Bellator. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some tough dudes. I ain't gonna lie. There's some tough competition there, of course. You know what I mean? It's a great promotion. You know, I'd love to go there. I love to fight at PFL. They starting at 135. They doing that show already. I love to go in the PFL, and yeah, bro. Just we're gonna just keep moving on, and then hopefully in future maybe I come back like Chandler. You know what I mean? Like make the big bucks. Because as of now,
Yeah.
everybody knows, man,
What
UFC don't pay shit, bro. It's like doesn't even. I get paid on Wednesday. I'm broke on Friday. So you know what I mean. So
So if they don't start at 135, would you go up to 145 at PFL? Like,
no, I
are
can't. I
you?
can't. No, I'm too small for 45, man. I
Are
walk
you
around
okay?
51, 53.
Oh yeah, true that. Okay. What about one? Like, what about the like the ones off
Yeah,
of PFL?
definitely one too. Like I said, all those companies, man, it's great, great. You know what I mean? Whoever gives me the best deal, the best money, I'm 27 years old now. I'm gonna just make money, and then I know I never knew that this many people actually give a fuck about me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I do, and I know people actually watch me. I know the people watch me, man. I know I bring eyes to the UFC. I know people every time I fight, it's like people get on the TV, man. They want to see, like you know what I mean? But it
Hey,
is what it is,
Saeed.
man.
So I'm glad you just mentioned that, whoever gives you the best deal is where you'll go. After after you really start to develop yourself, and you're obviously going to collect these big paychecks wherever you decide to go, would you be willing to go back to the UFC if they called you, or?
Of course, man. Like UFC, man. Like let me tell you one thing about the UFC, man. Every time I show up to fight work at the UFC, man, you get treated like a king, man. UFC staff, everybody that works at the UFC, it's like amazing. Like the PI, they give you the like treatment that you get in the UFC. It's like top notch. You know what I mean? I mean, I haven't really been in different other promotions. So what I know, like my experience, like is treatment is top notch at the UFC. You know what I mean? It's just the business people out there who's sitting out there. I don't know who's sitting out there. I don't know who's making the choices. It's just whatever. But treatment in the UFC is top notch, man. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, Wes. What you got?
Yeah, I'm just gonna comment on that though, because like I feel as though like it's your job to like kind of make them pay though. Like I feel like you shouldn't like shortchange yourself though, and look at it as like, man, I gotta get back to the UFC. Cause you feel me? Cause like, okay, you going to like Bellator fences and building Bellator up, it's just gonna basically make yourself even more money and like make more money for people in the game, period. Cause if you building the competition up, then all of a sudden, then what? The UFC is like resenting you in a good way though. They're looking at it like, damn, we missed this kid. We had it. But it's like your own brand in itself. Like, cause if you look at your profile, right? You took it to Umar. Technically, nobody has taken it to Umar yet out of the people that he has fought. So you already have that in your career already in itself. Then we look at your last fight, and then we look at the other side, and it's like, all right, well, obviously you had them dead center. So like right now, like you're hot, man. Like you don't really need them really technically. It's like a
No,
blessing in disguise, you know?
of course. That's how I feel too. It's not that I. Obviously, you're right. You're right. Everything you say is I agree with it. You know, once I go to different promotion, man, am I happy with the money and with the opponents I'm getting? Man, I don't care about none of this fame shit. You know what I mean? Just pay me, man. Yeah, you're right, man. Fuck the UFC.
So I have a question. Something you said a little while ago that I don't know. It matters to me just for whatever my knowledge, I guess. So you said you felt like the UFC would not allow you to put yourself out there, put your personality out there. Do you feel like they intentionally try to cap people and keep the not, I don't want to say control you. Like that's a shitty word and not the word that I want to use at all. But do you think they like try to control what people perceive by trying to control what fighters let out or what fighters are appealed to or what fighters get the media attention? Do you feel they try to control that?
Oh fuck yeah, they try to control it. What are you talking about? It's obvious.
So do you feel like, and I'm just going to say it for what it is, like just whatever it is, like people who are from a certain region or a certain area or a certain nationality at certain times, like right now is a sensitive time. Like I'm just going to be honest,
Yeah.
right? Like, is this the type of time where someone might not get the attention they deserve because the UFC doesn't want it, or doesn't want to have to deal with that on camera and deal with it on social media? Is that realistic to think that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe it's not because I wish, like I said, I wish I knew. I wish they like told me. You know what I mean? The UFC is just like you don't talk to these people. You just go. You have a schedule. You just follow your shit. You go in and out. Like they have people just following you the whole time. You just do your thing and they just put you in the car and you're going back to your hotel. So you don't really get to talk to anybody. It's just they do. Of course, they control everything. You know what I mean? It's UFC is $1 billion company, man. It's just like they don't care, man. Look at Ngannou, like they don't care about nobody. Like not trying to like talk fucking bad things. It's just how it is, man. It's just like they have so much money. It's a brand. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
it's
just
a
Nike.
machine
It's a
now.
brand.
Like
It's a
I
machine. It's
totally
a brand.
understand it. It's a
Why would they
machine.
pay me? Why they will pay me 25 when they can pay, you know what I mean, some newcomer from Iowa 5 Gs or 10 Gs or 10 Gs. You know what I mean? It's still be this. They still gonna look at the same. But
Yeah, but
but when I
25,
fight,
25, that's far outdated pay for you, bro. I can't even
shit,
believe a guy like you has to
I can't believe either. I don't know. I don't know what's going
fight
on.
for
Everybody's
25
pissed.
and
My dad is
25.
pissed as
That's
fuck.
fucking ridiculous.
My dad is like,
So like,
my dad is pissed, man.
Joe, you're talking over him. Hold on, Joe. Joe, you're talking over him.
I think mine and his timing is off a little bit.
I don't know. Is it?
You're good now. Go ahead, Saeed.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Everybody's pissed more than me. My dad is pissed. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, you know what I mean? Just man, there's nothing you can do. We just nothing you can do. We just what only thing I can control is what I can do next, and then I don't even know. I just gotta go move on, and that's it. There's no need to look back and cry about it because it's not healthy. You can just keep working hard and move on. And I know for sure they didn't want my problem against Umar for sure, man. They know, I was coming for that guy. I've been calling him out. Like he actually called me out. He's like, I'll fight any bantamweight, even though I beat him before. Okay, beat me again then. Let's set it up, man. You trying to fight at March 11th and no one wants to fight you. Let's set that shit up. You know what I mean? I've been telling, I even messaging my managers, let's do that. Like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna give you that fight because you're coming off a loss. I mean, okay, but nobody's gonna try to fight him, and you guys, everybody avoiding him. Who cares? If I'm an easy fight, just give him a tune-up fight. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you guys, all of his team did a tune-up fight. Islam, Khabib, and they all have this easy path. Like, look at the guys that he fought. He been fighting cans. Like, I fought number 15 guy on my third fight, and then Umar gets fights 2 times, and he's ranked 11. Like, how does this make sense? What's going on here? We don't know.
So if they call you on short notice, are you taking that fight, or you just kind of just try to do your
Fuck,
own
I'm
thing
not.
out?
No, I'm not taking that short notice fight. What I look like, prostitute? No, they give me a good fucking time against Umar. They pay me more because at the end of the day, when I fight him, that's gonna be big fight because all those people in that region, they watch it. Look at my followers on Instagram, bro. I got more followers than the half of the top 15 in the UFC. Like some of the guys got like 20K barely followers. Like you know what I mean? My shit is active as fuck, man. People are on my dick. They talk shit to me all the time. They bush me. They talk like some of them like say bad things. Some of them say good things. But at the end of the day, I know people watching. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're active. You respond to people, so that's really cool. Not a lot of fighters pay any attention to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly, because they don't even they have nothing to say because they don't want to say. They're scared to say because they just not who they think they are. They just scared to speak. And me, I don't care. I learned that from you guys. You guys taught me the culture. I grew up in Brooklyn. We don't give a fuck. We just say shut up to your face. You know how it is. I don't know if you guys know about New Yorkers. The Brooklyn guys, man. It's crazy out there. So I learned that from everybody. I'm just like say everything to share to your face. I don't care you're a $1 million company or $1 billion company. It's just that's how I just grew up and that's how I learned. And then that's what you guys do. That's what all the Americans do. You know what I mean? That's what America known for, talking. You know what I mean? So why can't I talk?
exactly, Saeed. So I gotta ask you. So all the guys know this. This is off topic. I know we're on topic, but I'm going off topic here. So all the guys from the group know I'm a foodie, man. I'm always cooking stuff up and putting it in the group chats. And so I gotta know, what is the one dish from Uzbekistan that you recommend over anything? If I gotta make one thing from there, what is it?
All right, where are you from? Where do you live?
I live in Pennsylvania, but I'm from Louisiana.
Okay, you live in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of Uzbek restaurants. You're gonna just type Uzbek restaurants, or you're gonna put like, where Philly? You live in Philly?
I live like an hour out from Philly. I live in the Hershey area,
Are you close to New York City or no?
like 3 hours.
Okay, I mean, if you ever go to New York City, man, there's a bunch of Uzbek restaurants, and you're gonna go and you're gonna order plov. It's PLOV as in Victor. It's the rice and meat and carrot. You're gonna try that food, and then you're never gonna eat anything else in your life.
You sure that ain't Cajun food, man? That sounds like some stuff I cook.
Huh?
So you sure that ain't Cajun food? That sounds like some stuff I cook. Some rice and some gravy, brother.
But that's it's the key is the ingredients. The key is the spices. The spices they add, you don't find that in America. It comes overseas.
Well, you're going to hook me up with the website, bro. We're gonna cook it up, and I'm gonna send it to you.
You can't
Send
cook that
you
up,
some
brother. I
pictures of it.
promise you. It's. I try to cook. I burn that motherfucker. It's very hard to cook. It's like you gotta
Hey,
know the timing. It's plov, man. Try that. Anybody listening, go to Uzbek restaurant. Plov, PLOV. That's it. Try that, and you'll be all right.
go ahead, Wes. What
Wes,
you got?
Yeah, I actually got a Caribbean family that makes that too. So yeah, it's good. I was gonna say though, but like wherever you go, hopefully it's Bellator because obviously Bellator is better than PFL. But like when you go to Bellator, hopefully, like man, you should sell that shit, man. Like basically, like look, like I'm the real deal, like and talk that
Oh
shit on the
man,
mic. You
I've
know?
been
Like,
doing that. I've been doing that forever, man. I've been telling these people I'm the real deal, and then give me time, man. Let me show you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me a fight every fucking 10 months and 6 months, and then I'm frustrated here. I'm trying to pay bills. I'm trying to go work. I'm trying to do things, man. It's just like hard out here, bro. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Dude, maybe you are going to have to pull a Sean Strickland and just say something like completely outrageous and stupid to get attention, unfortunately.
I mean, like, cause if you look at it, right, like if I was to compare it to like back in the day on some like pro wrestling shit, right, like. When what was it, Steve Austin, when he got fired, right? Like he took all of that passion and like used it, and the next thing he became this big deal, right? Like he goes to WWF, the rest is history, right? Like I mean, he goes, boop, goes to the competition, he's kicking ass, right? Because I mean, I think he could beat Sergio, to be real, duh. Like at the end of the day, you take the belt, you talk that shit, man. Like it's like, look, no, none of these motherfuckers can beat me. They can't beat me. It is what it is. I'm the best. Like you know, like because some people like they go to another promotion and then they actually get on the mic and they're hyping the UFC. You know, like I hate hearing that. Like they're like, oh
Nah,
man,
you don't do that. Nah, you don't do
yeah.
that. No, you can do that in the regional scene, like you're trying to make it if you have a dream. But once you're in, on that big business, you gotta sell where you at. You know what I mean? And then you talk about Sergio. Like, have you ever met Sergio in life? His forehead comes from my chin. He's half of my size. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can literally, I don't know, I can just smother him. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can do anything I want to Sergio.
Hey, bro, you should. The
You know
one
what I
you
mean?
got to get.
Half
Listen,
my
I want you
size.
to remember this space. If you sign with Bellator and they say, "Who do you want?" I want you to beat the shit out of Danny Sabatello for me, bro. I know you could do it.
Oh my
Just do it.
god.
I know you could do it, bro. Like I know you could do it. Just beat the
No,
shit out of
easy
that
work,
guy,
man. He can't even.
please.
He doesn't fight. What the fuck he do? He just hug you. That's it. He ain't gonna hug me. I'm gonna KO
I'm
his ass.
beat his
I
ass.
think you match up pretty well with Rafion Stotz's too, man. I don't know if you train with him or not, but I think you would line
Nah.
up with him very well.
I mean, Stutz is old, man. I didn't know he's like 36 years old.
Really, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, he's 36 years old, man. He's old, man. He's tiny. He's like 5'5". I'm 5'8", bro. I got 70 reach, man. I'm a long boy.
Like what adjustments would you make like when you analyze like for instance like Umar's game now, like what adjustments would you make like compared to like where you've come along now? Like if you were to fight him, let's say one day you do get to fight him down the line, just somehow it happened.
Just go out there and fight him. Like, just believe that you can fight him. Like, a lot of people, they lose before they fight him. That's the shit pisses me off. Like, even my PFL fight, man. When I fought him in PFL, I was training only 1 year MMA. Like, go on Topology, check. When I made my amateur fight, there's a date, right? My first amateur fight to PFL is the difference is 13 months. I've trained only 13 months and I fought Umar. Because at the time, nobody wanted to fight Umar. And then they were like, oh, nobody wants to fight this guy. And then at the time, I was in the same position. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Because it's a good opportunity. He has name. And then Khabib's going to be watching me, Whatever. I'm going to put my name out there. And then they kind of cheated on me with that bullshit too. Because we're supposed to fight 135. And then a week or maybe 7, 8 days before the fight, they changed to 140. I was like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? All right, whatever. They say it's either 140 or no fight. I'm like, let's do 140. Whatever.
Hey, Saeed, speaking of that, obviously the weight change makes a difference to you. What's your normal like walk around weight? Do you cut a lot of weight? Because you don't look like a very big dude.
No, I don't cut a lot. I mean, I walk around like right now. This morning, I woke up about like 52. You know what I mean? Like under 155. That's my walk around weight.
How
I'm
long does it
always
take you
trained,
to cut from that?
bro. I don't. I eat 3 times on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like I don't cut a lot of weight, bro. I'm doing straight. Like, you know what I mean?
So
One
you
No,
just
what I'm
thirty five.
asking is like,
is it
if
just
you
water weight,
wanted to
or
take. I'm sorry, Trace. Go ahead.
yeah, are you mostly just cutting water weight, or like are you dieting as well? I mean, I know you mostly stay on a diet anyways, but it's mostly just water weight. What you're saying?
No, I'm always on a good diet. I'm eating clean, and that's why I lose weight easy. Maybe I don't do like, you know how some fighters drink like 2 gallons of water, stuff like this. I hate doing that. Maybe I drink like a gallon a day and then just do normal training and then just don't eat too much fight week and boom, I'm on weight.
Let me ask
So
you a question. Do you prefer the sauna method for cutting weight, or do you prefer the salt bath?
Uh, None of the above, man. They both suck.
That's fair.
I usually what I do is on Thursday I get a training in. Once I do like I run 30 minutes and I do like 25 minutes straight pad work, and right after that I just like wrap myself up in this towels for like 20 minutes and then boom, I'm on weight.
so if they like if someone wanted you to take a short notice fight, healthy, not trying to kill yourself, and it was opponent, you're like, yeah, I'll take that. How long would you need reasonably to get down to 135? Then, like, reasonably, is that a week cut, a 2 week cut, healthy? Like, what would that be?
3 days.
Okay, without feeling like you're stressing yourself or anything.
I think we might have lost you there, Saeed.
Oh no, I'm right here. I'm saying 3 days. 3 days
Oh,
I can make 35.
and
Three.
it's not too hard on your body. You're not like stressed out doing it. It's a pretty
Nope.
easy cut for you.
Nope. It's
Well,
pretty easy.
I tried to tag Scott Coker and get him in here, but I ain't got enough followers, man.
You text who?
I said I tried to tag Scott Coker and get his ass in here, man, but I ain't got enough followers, bro. I tried. I tried. We love you around here, bro. When the whole drama went down,
Appreciate
we
you,
were
brother.
talking about it in our chat before we ever knew we'd get to talk to you or anything, bro. You were a topic in there as soon as it happened, kind of play by play. We were watching, and we were discussing what could have happened, what was the situation, and we just thought it was real awkward and real weird that you got released like that, man. So, like, we're all on your team over here, man. We just want to
Thank you
see
guys.
you
I
get
appreciate it,
someplace.
man.
Yeah, man. If I can just say like one last thing, you came in our space 2 days ago, and within 30 seconds, I'm like, I love this guy. Like, this guy has such a great personality. So it's like you clearly have the charisma, and you've clearly proven that you have the skill in the cage. I mean, it's coming. You know what I mean? Like, you obviously have a different road than other people. You got some obstacles in the way, but your time's coming, man. I
Oh
fully
yeah.
believe that.
Thank you, man. We'll be there, man. No, I have no doubt, man. I just gotta stay true to myself and keep doing what I'm doing and then come the fuck down during the fight. I don't need to go 100% the whole time. I gotta go 75%. It's good enough for these guys. My problem is I go 100% the whole time and then it's just too much going on. I just gotta come the fuck down a little bit and that's cage experience. You know what I mean? You need cage experience for that. You need to
Yeah,
really.
man. Well, you're more than welcome to come in here anytime, brother. I know we spoke.
Thank you
You
guys.
was
Appreciate
talking
you,
about
man.
you was
Thank
Hey,
talking
I
about
got.
how much you appreciated our breakdowns and like you thought we were pretty sharp, and we really appreciate that, man. We love doing this, and we love it even more when we have great guests like yourself come on here, man. We really appreciate you coming on and talking with us.
Hey,
Thank
and
you
no,
guys.
Hey, don't
listen
hey,
real
don't
quick.
don't forget. Hold on one second though. Don't forget the most important thing. When Jim Miller gets his ass retired, I want you to come back to me, okay? And I want you
Hey,
to
I
say
was just
yeah.
gonna say this. I was just gonna say who bet against me. Who picked against me?
That
Jim
was the that was the
Miller.
West
That
Bell
was
for it.
you, right?
Yeah, of course. Now when he gets
Your time is
retired,
coming, brother. Your time is
when
coming.
he gets
Few
retired,
more
you
days.
gotta show back up. All right, man.
Hey,
Give
say
me a follow, man.
when
Hey,
Jim
give
Don't
me
wins,
a contact.
don't be
when Jim
crying
wins,
when Hernandez is gassing and not moving his feet and he's just breathing through his ass.
hey,
You know what I mean?
Saeed, if when Jim wins, we'll let you come on here. We'll put you as a host, and you can personally mute him.
I just every time you say that, boom, mute.
You have full
Hey,
control, brother. You can come in here and just cut him off mid sentence.
Hey, Palav is on you, man. Like that's all I'm gonna say. When he gets his ass whipped, Palav's on you. All right. I'm gonna
Let's go.
hold you.
If you live in PA, right?
No, I'm not in PA. I'm in DC actually. But hey,
Same for
we
sure.
can make it happen.
Yeah, I got you. Jim Miller wins. You guys all owe me 20%.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, Saeed, last thing I'm saying to you, man, I'm gonna offer this and I mean it. Next time you got to fight and you want to know what somebody does, you come back to this space, say, go tape that shit for me. We'll tell you everything he does. You'll have 15 people
Oh,
breaking down tape study on whoever you want, bro. Just throw
You'll
that out there.
you'll know
Throw that
exactly
out
which
there.
hospital he was born in, bro. We'll dig deep.
yeah,
We'll
I know,
tell
man.
you.
You guys are
We'll
crazy.
tell you
Like,
if he
I know.
steps on the left foot before the right foot when he gets out of bed, bro. Whatever you need to know, we will figure that out for you on
Oh
tape.
yeah, like even before my fights, I started listening to betters. Like you guys break down the fighters better than this UFC, like better than analysis the fighters. You know what I mean? Because you guys bet money and then you guys love your money, so you're doing all your shit. You know what I mean? I be watching the breakdown for betters. You know what I mean? They have a better opinion and then like legit truth. You know, no bias.
Man, I want to thank you for your time tonight, bro. We love you around here, man. Really.
Thank
We
you.
probably, if Jim Miller wins, we probably gonna try to get you back in here to mute old West. We love him, but we gonna have to let him get it. He said it to the fighter. He's gonna have to get it if he don't win it.
I'm gonna tell him one thing I have in my mind. I'll tell him after Jim Miller wins.
You get how you live around here, huh, Wes?
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm out.
Thanks
Yes,
for
sir. Have a
coming,
good one, brother.
Saeed.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
brother. Have a good night.
Y'all too.
Hey man, everybody that came in and requested, we apologize. We didn't get everybody on. It wasn't that type of agreement. We had an agreement with him to do an interview, and we wanted to stick to it. We know we normally do open mics. It wasn't part of the agreement tonight. So we apologize to anybody that requested and sat there trying to wait. Man, that's not our normal thing. But some of these interviews, it's got to be what it is. We asked him if we would be able to talk to him about the recent situation, and he agreed to that. And then he stuck around for a little bit extra, which was nice, but we didn't want to abuse the situation. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you everybody for coming. And you boys need to say anything before I cut this thing out?
Nah, I'm just glad we was able to get that. It worked out pretty well. It's pretty great when we all get together. How fast something like this comes together. Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. And everyone that comes in, we appreciate you guys always, always, man. Thank you so much. We're here every Tuesday. On Tuesday nights, you guys can get the mic at any time. We promise you, man.
and everyone, don't forget, don't put your money on Jim Miller, okay? And I don't want guys sitting here just giving donations out. You know, you got children's hospitals you can give donations out to, the Red Cross and everything, but do not do that to Jim Miller's retirement fund.
Wes got a cash app if you just want to cash app him your money for
Hey,
just
just
cause
pass me the money,
he'll go
man.
bet it. He'll bet it on a winner and then tell you what he won later on, boys.